50 people have woken up in a mysterious circle where they have to vote on which one of them dies every 2 minutes, but one of them will get to live. A woman wakes up in a dark room where 50 people are standing in a circle. Most of them are in an unconscious state.
Hello?
She tries to move, but every time she leaves her designated spot, an alarm goes off. When she tries to touch the man next to her, the alarm goes off again. She starts to panic. Another man, who appears to have been awake for a while, tells her to not move because they can see her.
What is this?
Just then, another woman wakes up and starts to panic. The man tries to calm her down, but she doesn't listen to him. She steps out of her designated spot and gets zapped by a powerful electric current. She dies. The other woman starts to panic again. All of a sudden, the lights come on and all the people wake up. Everyone who tries to leave their spot gets zapped and killed. All the while, a strange sound is periodically heard, almost like the ticking of a clock. As the sound stops, the current builds up and zaps and kills the man who was trying to calm everyone down. The countdown starts again, and the people start panicking and screaming. In the midst of all this, a young Asian boy figures out that his hand is controlling the lights in the ground, which are shaped like arrows. He takes the light to the arrow pointing toward a woman, and the woman is zapped and killed when the countdown stops. The Asian boy figures out that they are picking who to kill. He tells the rest of the people that their hands are controlling the lights on the ground, but it is revealed that each person can only see their own light. The countdown stops, and another person is killed. A pregnant woman figures out that the lights are a vote, and whoever gets the most votes each time the countdown stops gets killed. Panicking, the people collectively try to figure out how to stop this insanity. One person comes up with the idea that if they all vote for the people that have already died, no one will get killed. But this doesn't work, as the person standing behind the dead person gets zapped. Another person comes up with the idea that if they all just don't vote, no one will die. But when they do this, someone is picked at random and killed. The people continue panicking and screaming, and then...
Everybody, quiet!
A college student shuts everyone up and speaks. He says that if they spend all their time worrying about who is going to die next, they won't have any time to figure out what this is and how to get out. He suggests that they collectively agree to vote for the people who are above 70, because they would be the next to die in real life anyway. There are about 5 or 6 of them, and the countdown is 2 minutes long each time, so this way they won't waste time deciding who to vote for, and they will have some 10 to 12 minutes to think about the problem at hand. Some people are opposed to the idea because it is messed up, but most agree, because they are in a messed up situation. The old people plead for their life, but nobody listens. As the old people are killed off one by one, the rest discuss what is going on. They all ask a soldier, assuming that the military would know if this is some kind of alien invasion. He says that he is as confused as the rest of them. The people discuss what's the last thing they remember before waking up here, and a boy named Eric recalls being stuck in traffic, running from something, and then being pulled up into the air. As he says this, several other people remember a similar series of events. Eric then remembers waking up in a red room next to another individual and a big pile of bodies. The people ask if the other individual was an alien, but he doesn't remember. Next, all the people above 70 are killed, and they all wonder who to vote for next. The college boy says that they should vote for the 52-year-old woman because she is the next oldest, but the rest disagree. They reason that there is a big difference between killing people above 70 and killing a 52-year-old. The college boy says that she is lying about her age because all her hair is white. The woman says they're white because she went through chemotherapy for cancer. The college boy argues that if she's dying anyway, then what does it matter if they pick her? She tells him that her cancer is in remission. She beat it. The college boy argues that it could come back, so she is at the highest risk of dying here. At this point, everyone hates the college boy and his messed up reasonings. They realize that just because he is young and healthy, he is making up criterias in which he would not be picked to die. They all vote to kill him. Next, the room goes quiet. But the soldier says that if they have any chance of beating this, they have to communicate and work together. Most people are pessimistic and say they are all going to die. but the cancer survivor says that maybe the key lies in figuring out why all of them were specifically picked for this experiment. Asian boy argues that they were randomly sucked into the sky, and many other people are probably standing in circles just like this one. But the cancer survivor points out that they are still in this room together. If the aliens just wanted to kill them all, they wouldn't bother with this elaborate system. There is a point to all this that they have to figure out. She suggests that they all get to know each other. A woman named Beth takes the lead and starts sharing. She says that she is a 35-year-old single woman with no children but 2 dogs who works in HR. She talks a little bit more about herself, but just then, the countdown ends, and she is zapped and killed, meaning the majority of people have voted for her. Some of the people find comfort in the fact that at least she didn't have children, but others argue that she was still a human being who had the right to live. They all decide to continue sharing. A man named Craig begins, and he tells the circle that the woman standing next to him is his wife. He requests everyone to not vote for his wife. If they must, they can vote for him, but not his wife. They are all moved. Next, an old Mexican man is asked to share, and it is revealed that he can't speak English. A racist businessman says that they should vote for him because he can't contribute to the conversation, and he is probably an illegal immigrant who is stealing jobs from Americans. The rest of the people are outraged at his racist remark, and when the voting begins, the Mexican man is spared, and someone else is killed. Next, a cop recognizes a Mexican thug as a man named Raul, whom he arrested for beating up his girlfriend. The cop says they should vote for Raul because people like him never change. The pregnant woman argues that they shouldn't stereotype like this, but when Raul says that the woman he beat up had it coming, he basically signs his own death certificate. All the people vote for him, and he is killed. Next, a blonde woman says that maybe this is the point of all this, for them to figure out who is a good person and who is bad. Maybe the aliens want them to pick out the bad people among them and kill them. Most people disagree, saying that life is not black and white like this, and in the meantime, the countdown winds down and a Muslim woman is killed. A black man notices that minorities are being killed off more frequently, which means people are voting for them, and he calls the white people out for this. The racist businessman tells him to keep race out of this, but he says that it is very much a part of what is going on here. The cop goes on a rant about how black people always want others to feel sorry for them and to hand them things for free, and signs his own death certificate too. All the people vote for him and he dies. The soldier says that they need to keep race and ethnicities out of this, because they're all on the same team here. They all want to live. He comes up with an idea. He says they should create a tie in the votes. That way no will die. First, he tells everyone to vote for themselves, but they learn that they cannot do that. Then he tells everyone to vote for the person next to them. They try this once, but something goes wrong, and a person is killed. They try it again, but Eric notices a man voting for the pregnant lady and votes for him to create a tie. Once they are tied, people vote for the man and kill him. Eric points out that since they can't vote for themselves, it means the last person standing will get to leave here alive. That man knew that no one would vote for the pregnant lady or the little girl, so he tried to eliminate them first. Some people argue that if only one person gets to leave, it should be either the pregnant lady or the little girl, while others say that it isn't fair, and they should be killed first to avoid complications later. The soldier says that they should just leave those two for now, but Eric says that they are targets now and must be protected. The people try to vote for them, and the vote ties. Another man says to kill them both, but ends up getting voted out himself. Next, Craig asks if there are any volunteers who are willing to give their life to buy the rest of them time. A teenage boy named Sean, an old black man, and an Asian mom whose son died last year volunteer. A minister comforts the Asian mom before she steps out and says she will reunite with her son in heaven. After she dies, an atheist calls the minister out for lying to that woman. He says that God doesn't exist, and people who believe in him are idiots. He looks for people who support him but realizes that he's in the minority and about to be voted out. Fortunately, he ties with another girl, and she is killed. Realizing that he is still in danger for the next round, he accuses the blonde woman next to him of getting breast implants to draw male gaze. He gets it out of her that she likes her boss and starts attacking her character, but this just ends up with people voting for him. One man says that they should take into account who has children and who doesn't. Racist businessman picks out one woman who seems childless, but it is revealed that she has a child, however. She is a lesbian and has a wife. He goes on a rant about how no child should have to be raised by two women and be deprived of normal family upbringing. If they kill the lesbian, they'll give the child a chance at a semi-normal childhood. This little speech gets him voted out and killed. Next, a hippie man points out that the last two people left will just vote for each other, tie, and both die. Eric says it's not necessary because one person could choose not to vote and sacrifice themselves. The man says that they should kill either the pregnant woman or the little girl, because otherwise that terrible responsibility will fall on one of them. The soldier says that it's just a trick to get one of them out, and then the hippie will go for the other. A banker asks the pregnant woman what she does for a living and if she's even married, trying to get dirt on her, but this ends up getting him voted out. Next, two groups form among the remaining people, one led by the hippie that wants to kill the pregnant woman and little girl so they all have a fair chance, and one led by the soldier and Eric who want to protect them. Both groups try to convince others to join them and get majority votes for their agenda, and several people die out in this process. Eventually, it comes down to both groups trying to get Craig and his wife to pick sides. They join the soldier and Eric's side and kill people of the hippies group. However, afterward, the hippie manages to deduce that Craig and his wife are not actually married. They just made it up because they knew no one would kill a wife in front of her husband, and vice versa. Craig is voted out. The next round, the hippie continues to try and convince other people to join him, and in the chaos, the vote ends with a tie between the lesbian, the blonde with breast implants, the soldier, and the cancer survivor. They are all killed. Finally, it comes down to the pregnant woman, the little girl, the hippie, Eric, Craig's pretend wife, and a mysterious man who has been quiet this whole time. The hippie assumes that the man is on his side. He proposes to Eric that they create a tie between the little girl and Craig's fake wife, and Eric agrees, shocking the pregnant woman. However, when the vote is cast, Craig's fake wife is killed, and Eric reveals that he's played a trick. He has noticed that the mysterious man has not voted all this time, and he knew he would not vote this round either. The hippie man is voted out and killed. The pregnant woman asks Eric why the mystery man has not voted, and Eric assumes that it's because he doesn't want to give the aliens the satisfaction. They ask the mystery man if they should vote for him next, and he doesn't say anything, but they assume that he agrees. He is killed, and finally, it comes down to Eric, the pregnant lady, and the little girl. The pregnant woman asks why the aliens did this to them, and Eric hypothesizes that they did it to understand humans, to see what they value and how they think. When people kill other people, they fundamentally judge them to be unworthy of life, and it reveals their inner values. Eric says that once he is dead, one of the other two will have to decide who will live. It won't be easy, but they will have to. The little girl cries and says that she will sacrifice herself for the baby. Eric calls her brave and says they'll do it together. He prepares to step out with her, but at the last second, in the plot twist of the century as she steps out, he votes for the pregnant woman, killing them both and revealing his utterly evil intentions that he has hidden all along. You can't even be mad. That is brilliant. Next, Eric waits for some indication that he is free to go, but the countdown starts again. And when it ends, Eric is tied with the only other life still in the room, the baby inside of the pregnant woman. The absolute maniac in sheepskin votes for the baby to die, and the next thing he knows, he wakes up on the ground with an alien ship hovering above him. He walks out in the city and finds dozens of the ships hovering in the air above. He sees a pregnant woman standing and watching the spectacle, and reflects on what he's done today. The end. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like our channel and subscribe if you enjoy content like this. Also, let us know what movie you would love us to recap for you.